Halo Infinite's new network update has been out and playable for about a week and a half now. I've put in a lot of games, and I want to use the video today to share my feedback with you, but also to get your feedback in the comments. So if you're just only going to listen to the beginning, drop in the comments below, what has your experience been like on the new network update? I think this is an incredibly important moment for the Halo scene. I love Halo. I will always love Halo. But it just seems like we keep getting updates that cannot benefit everybody. And the network update is one of those instances where you will see feedback from both sides. People who are loving it and people who are hating it and seeing so many weird issues. Regardless of where it's landing for most players, you have to admit there are some funky things going on, like players' weight being impacted by the latency, bullets actually curving based around the latency. So there's plenty of small and weird things that need addressing, so sharing feedback about the experience is critical, because when I mentioned that this is an important spot for Halo Infinite, I'm looking at this year going, after Match Composer, what's left? We know 343 is working on another project. They're working on the next whatever, okay? And I just cannot see Halo Infinite having much left in terms of support or big changes after that Match Composer update goes live. We just get the new networking update in place, and I will say, on low ping matches, the servers that are stable, it feels really good on my end. I typically am playing around 50 ms to like 90 ms, and those matches don't feel all that bad. Where it starts to feel weird and you have tons of blanks or blood-shots is when you have the issue, at least this is for me, when the server jumps from like 40 ping to 80 ping. So if you rewind the clocks back, okay, Season 2 or 3, I think it was Season 3 when this started happening for me, and it happens for a lot of players. The servers just go haywire mid-match. You'll be at like 40 ping, it'll jump up to like 110 ping, hang there for a few minutes, then maybe drop back down. I don't know why this happens, and I'd be curious if any of you do, but those matches are happening in like 60% of my games now. And on those matches in particular, on this new network update, it starts to feel janky. Weird player jittering happening, some player teleportation, but most noticeable are the blanks, the blood-shots, and having a really hard time cleaning up kills once somebody is one shot. Now, I understand I'm like a Diamond 3 player, so I'm not, going to be landing shots the way that an Onyx player would. So there's a level of skill that I need to resolve, but I also have played enough Halo over the past 20 years to recognize and remember the feeling of the old Halo networking model and some of the shortcomings, and they seem to be batting heads with the way that Halo Infinite was designed. My understanding, of course, is that Infinite ditched lag compensation for the most part with this new update. But if you think about the whole game probably being built from scratch and this networking system sort of being subbed in, okay? It's a substitute teacher, shows up for a day. It's like, hey, do you guys like this? Well, of course, they're going to bring out the TV. You're going to watch like Nat Geo and some like awesome animal documentary for a day. But at the end of that session, your real teacher's going to come back. That was the dumbest analogy I've ever shared. But no, seriously, if we are going to live with this networking update, this is the foreseeable future for Infinite. 343 does need to share some of their findings, their feedback, because honestly, you just spent a few minutes on Twitter. Go look at a handful of pros. You're going to see a whole gamut of experiences. Some people saying they love it. Some people saying this needs to be reverted. I will comment here, they had the ability to deploy this in a playlist by playlist basis. We tested this in Squad Battle a few months ago and shared some of the feedback. I don't know why they wouldn't have done a second round test prior to it going live across the board, because you only get, I think, that one big shot, that one narrative moment, the big marketing or PR point to share with Laps players like, hey, bro, the networking, it's radically improved. You got to come back. And unfortunately, you can't do that. I mean, everybody's eye rolling right now going like, of course it's not fixed. Of course there's still issues, those sorts of things. And look, I love Halo. There's a reason I have kept it at like the core of the channel for the last decade, why it's been like my favorite FPS franchise for so long. I love it and I want to see it succeed. And I know the players who are still playing, the people still watching, it's the same story. We want this game, this series to succeed. I think Infinite had a lot of potential. I think they did a lot of good work with Sandbox and designing a game that I think appealed to both classic and new players. And then it just fell so short in the content, the support, the optimization, the performance areas. and it just never got those fixed in time for it to recapture it. What I'm just saying is, man, it would be nice if we could get some updates quickly on if these issues are recognized, if they can be fixed, and if so, how long is that going to take? Because really, you can't let this one sit for months and months in this state. I would say, like, there's going to be a very strong outcry, especially on the ranked side of the game, which is mainly what I've been playing these days, for either a reversion or, yeah, no, I'm actually seeing that. I'm seeing some pros tweet about, reverting it back to what it was pre-update. So let's use this as a constructive opportunity here to share your feedback and your thoughts in the comments down below. What have you felt like the update so far has been for you, an improvement? Be specific about the things that you've encountered. Like I've mentioned, some of my matches feel phenomenal. And overall, I'm pretty happy with this update. I think having physics work better, having it feel a bit more like Halo is great, but we still need some resolution and understanding about why are servers doing the massive latency jumps, and why does the game performance take such a hit when that occurs? Can we target those things? What does it really look like to get a fix, and is that even something that's realistic? So I think the scene as a whole would just benefit with an idea, some semblance of a roadmap about what's next. I've talked about it here on the channel a few times. If the community is driving the future of this game, which that seems to be the case for this year, the majority of the contents in each of the updates are built by forgers. Awesome content, it's incredible. But what is 343 doing? We're getting cosmetics and we're getting items, but what is really happening? I know they can't always peel the curtains back, but it would be nice to know, especially not just from a content creator side, but really player-based side. It's good to have a sense of where the ship is going. What do you think about all that? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Hope you have a great Easter weekend, and we will see you again very soon.